Hi guys, it's me, Loser Runs Unriddling, Julie, Twisted Midnight Dreams, whatever. And I'm doing a Mun video for some reason. Kind of regretting it now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it anyway because if I don't, I will chicken out and I will never do it. Yay. Okay, first question. Goodbye Northern Lights asked, you've mentioned you used to watch the show when you were a kid, right? What did you think about the show back then, and how has that changed now that you're older? I actually don't really remember what I used to think about it very much. I know I liked it, obviously, or else I never would have gotten back into it. I used to. I remember the only real difference I can remember now is that I really hated season 5 because it had the other heroes in it, and I don't know why anymore. Because I've recently rewatched it, and I don't. Well, I haven't rewatched the Green Lantern episode yet, but the other heroes just seem fine to me. So I guess it was just me being very anti-other hero, all Batman all the way or something. I don't know. I also, it wasn't one of my favorites. I used to like it a lot, but I didn't. Yu-Gi-Oh was my main thing back then, so I mostly only made sure I wasn't missing that, and then I pretty much ignored everything else most of the time. And I like it a lot more now. I think it's more entertaining now, actually. Uh, because now it's kind of I don't know why. I don't know why. I just kind of I don't know. It's not as stupid as actually not stupid. I can't really answer this properly because I didn't watch it for years, and in between those I was still a Batman fan. In between me watching it and rewatching it. Um and I read so much about Batman the animated series, about how that was so great, and how the Batman sucked compared to it. And I guess I just thought it was worse than it was, because in truth, I'm just gonna go off on a thing right here. I watched Batman the animated series. I have watched a few episodes, not a lot, and it's a good show. But I was so disappointed because like the way people talked about it on the internet, it was like the holy grail of everything, and like no, like I don't like anyone except Alfred, I guess. And Batman that version of Batman is okay, but I don't like them as people or as villains. It's just like, except maybe Harley a little bit too. It's just like, and it's not entertaining, like at all. Like the dark grittiness isn't as well done as people say it's been done. Like reading about it may give me more emotions than actually watching things about it. But yeah, okay, I'm totally off subject. Yeah, that's all I can really say about that. I'm afraid. Uh, Next question from the old man who was apparently anonymous, unless it was someone on Anon who decided to say it was the old man, which I wouldn't put it past some people. Sorry. Okay, question for your Mun video. Why this Riddler in particular, out of all the Riddlers you could have played? That was never really the question, because I like Riddlers and stuff, but okay, first of all, he's my favorite. This dork is my favorite out of all of them because he was my first. I knew he was supposed to look different. I remember he wasn't. Actually, I do remember my first impression of him way back when I was little, when I first saw him show up in that hourglass, and I was just like, what? Because I knew he wasn't supposed to look, the black hair and stuff. But, and makeup, obviously. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, but I never planned on playing him. I never planned on playing any Riddler, because I am not the brightest bulb on the tree, and he is a lot smarter than me, and I will try not to play super smart characters, or tried to not insult them. What was I lost. Oh yeah. So I follow a lot of Riddlers, but I never plan. And also I love this version. Like, I really care about him, and I'm not going to roleplay someone I just like a little bit, because, like, I've been told to play Ratchet before from Transformers Prime, and, like, I like Ratchet. He's one of the ones I like better from that show, but no, no. Um, so yeah, it was never really a question of which Riddler, but more like which the Batman character should I play, because I got back into it, last summer, I think. I don't remember why. And then by December, I found the Great Batsy, who was active at that point. They're not active now, which, okay, that's fine. Not everyone can hold a muse all that long, but, or that sounds kind of rude, doesn't it? Sometimes muses leave, or sometimes they have to work on other things, and that's okay. um, they were like, I was following the Great Batsy for a long time from the Batman from the Batman, and they were lamenting about how there were no characters around, no other the Batman characters around. I mean, there was a Robin and a Batgirl who are not active now very much, but no villains. So I was just like, I'm going to play someone. I was going to pick Langstrom first, but there's actually another Langstrom. What's his name? What's their name? The Better Bat. Who was not active at the time, but is the only Langstrom player I've seen ever in my entire life. And all the sites I've trawled for roleplay stuff. Um, so I didn't want to like step on their toes or something when they got back, which they're not back yet. It's been a while, but that's okay. They have college and stuff. Um, so yeah, it was that. It was never which Riddler. It was which the Batman character. And I just kind of like I picked him because I already said because I love him, but also because he's hated so much, like so much. I'm really like I was appalled when I looked it back up because I knew he wasn't popular, but it's just like holy crap, like, and it's never anything like that I personally would consider substantial. It's just like it's his hair or his makeup or his costume even, which I even get the costume, but because it's kind of ridiculous. But it's just those things. I've never seen like a character based thing. It's just like, oh, he looks so weird. Oh, it's just like that's not. He's a good character. Really, he is one of the most interesting from the Batman in my opinion. It's just like what the heck. And I decided to choose him because I never saw any other ones. I've seen four, actually, or counting myself four. I've seen Techno Rockstar on LiveJournal, who was never even in a game, I don't think, who barely played anything. There was A Clue Unraveled, who was an art blog that's really cool, and I need to reblog the art from it, from where it's left because they've deleted. They were active in the first few months of 2012, and then they just kind of poofed. And then Riddled with Riddles, who is good, and the closest thing to an active one right now, who I read every single page of their role plays, and I like them, but I also like they're good. Their interpretation is fine, but I didn't agree with it entirely. Like I thought he was. I do think this dork is not a terrible person. I think I'm not going to pretend he's a totally good person. Like, he did torture Vex, even though he didn't really. Actually, that's a bad example. He would torture people for information. He has tried to kill people. Even before he was Riddler, he was stealing shit. But, like, they were playing him, like, a lot more violent, I guess. Like, a lot more threatening or trying to be threatening and kind of succeeding and, like, blowing up. Like, one of the things that I disagreed with was him calling his henchmen things, and sorry, my throat's messed up. and blowing up a bridge. Because he never blew up the actual bridge in canon, because he used fake bombs. I can't see him actually blowing up a bridge for real, because he's not that. He does things for personal reasons, not just, not, he doesn't endanger people unnecessarily. That's kind of not his thing. I don't know why that's not his thing as much, but it isn't. And plus, he was the Riddler I knew most about. Like, I looked up details about other ones, but I've actually seen everything about this dork because there are only 3 episodes with a minute. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm done with that. Unless you want me to continue talking about it someday, I'll probably make another Mun video. Whisper Mun. Yay! Talk about your sister. That was kind of not what I was expecting. And she's 11. She's adorable. She is also autistic. Actually, she's supposed to be autism spectrum. Asperger's or whatever. But I think it's more severe than that. We still haven't gotten a diagnosis. Love her. Drives me crazy. She acts like a 2-year-old most of the time, except a very smart one. And she's really tall, so she's basically 11-year-old in the body of a 14-year-old who is mentally like a 5-year-old. Like, she doesn't behave, she doesn't listen. But, and I'm honestly I'm probably going to college. It's been 2 years almost, and I haven't gone to college yet, and I'm going to pretty much just because, and I'm going to next in August, pretty much just so I don't have to watch her anymore, because I feel like I'm her parent and I don't like this. But I love her very much, and I'm very glad she exists and stuff. And yeah. And other question from Whisper, Mun, Dane, Jess. Does Ed comment things on your mind during the day? Actually, no. I'm not sure why, actually. Actually, none of mine do, but I don't know if it's just because he doesn't like me. Because it could just be my little issues with my own self-hatred that I'm trying to get over with, but am having some problems with, not gonna lie. Sorry. But he doesn't really, I just get emotions from him sometimes. Usually it's like from roleplay stuff, like that one, time those times when I do a meme with Vex about him backstabbing Vex somehow, or just leaving him or something, and incredible displeasure and hate and fury. And like the last Saturday, actually, I went to the library and I felt really weirdly excited, and I was just like, I was just like, okay, I guess I'm happier about this than I thought. But then I realized, actually, I'm pretty sure it's coming from Ed, which was really weird. Because, actually, he might not just talk to me because I never do anything interesting during the day. I'm just on the computer or sleeping or watching my sister. And a shake-up of the routine was enough to break him loose a little bit. But yeah. He doesn't really talk. Maybe he will someday. Okay, and from Corgios, this is my last question. Talk about how great Yin is. She's, like, I like her a lot. Like, actually, another thing I remember when I was younger, I didn't really care about Yin. I don't know why I didn't care about Yin. She was just kind of there, and then she wasn't there, which really sucks, which I really hate these days. Because I like how she was, not your typical, or I guess not what I expected. Like, usually you get like, sorry, just a minute. You get, like, the hard-bitten detective, and then they either hate him forever, they either hate the bat forever, or they see him once and then immediately fall in love. Like Ethan. Well, not really, but, and Yin actually Ellen Yin took the entire first season to actually get to that point, and that makes me really happy. And plus her partnership with the Batman which actually I didn't really like. I liked that a lot, but I didn't like how like she uh wasn't always the hero that much. Like she was in Night in the City, and she was pretty did pretty well in Riddled. But actually, I haven't seen season. I know she's in the episode Meltdown, but I haven't been able to see that one because it involves Ethan and it involves sad things, and I can't bring myself to because I read about it before I actually watched before I managed to watch it, and I just feel awful about it, and yeah, whatever. Um, but yeah, Yin is great. I really wish there were more. I've never seen a single role player ever anywhere, and that really sucks. I've seen like two fics with her in it, or probably there's more, but I've only seen them, and most of the Batman fics are completely terrible, or now these days are lost under Beware the Batman fan fictions, which really annoys me. Uh, I don't really care about Beware the Batman. Uh, yeah, that's all the questions I've gotten. Hopefully this was actually recording. Okay, it was. God, I look so dumb. Uh, I really wish I had a better webcam, or better lighting anyway, but I don't. So, yeah. I'm on video! Uh, I should probably sign out with something interesting, but I can't think of anything. And I'm probably gonna do. Actually, feel free to send in any more questions, like whenever, because I'm probably gonna do this again because this was kind of a big experiment. What the heck am I doing? Thing. So, yeah. Thank you for the questions, you guys.